Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Wael Muhammad, PhD in Applied Mathematics from Egypt. Now we are going to solve Edexcel IGCSE Mathematics A to H January 2021 paper. Okay. 1. A train takes 6 hours and 39 minutes. Okay. 2. Travel from New Delhi to Kanpur. The train travels a distance of 409 kilometers. Work out the average speed of the train. Write your answer in kilometer per hour, correct to one decimal place. Okay. Of course, we know that the speed is equal to total distance, which is 429 divided by total time, which is 6 hours and 39 minutes. But they're required to write it in hours only, so I can write it as 6 and 39 out of 60 as a mixed fraction. Okay. After calculating this, it will be 64.511 and so on. To write it in one decimal place. Okay. 2. Ava writes down 5 whole numbers. For these 5 numbers, the median is 7, the mode is 8, the range is 5. Find the possible value for each of the 5 numbers that Ava writes down. It's a very interesting question. Okay, how we can use the first information? The first information that we have 5 whole numbers. Okay, 5 whole numbers. The second information we have median is 7. Okay, if we arrange these data in ascending order, so the middle location will be the third number, right, which is the median. It should be 7. So 7 is here. I should write here 2 numbers next to 7, and before 7 also we have 2 numbers because the total numbers are 5. Okay. Okay, how we can use the second information? Mode is 8. Mode, most repeated value. Because 7 is in the middle, 8 should be to the right of 7, right? So here is 8, and this is 8 also, because the mode is 8. So we must repeat 8 twice. Okay? And then, what about the third information? The range. Range is 5. So 8 minus the first value, okay, will be 5, which means the first value is 3. Finally, we can put as a second number here 4, or we can put 5, or we can put what? Or we can put 6. So I can write it as following. I can write A here, and write then A can be what? Can be 4, 5, or 6. Okay? It's a very interesting question. 3. Gladys buys a table for $465 to sell in her shop. She sells the table for $520. Work out the percentage profit. Okay. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, it's very easy. Just to write 520 minus 465 divided by the original price, which is 465 times 100%. Okay. So that the answer will be to 3 significant figures 11.8. Okay. Gladys has a sale in her shop. She decreases all normal prices by 12%. The normal price of an armchair was $550. Work out the sale price of the armchair. Okay, we have two methods. The first one we can write here $550. Okay, this will represent 100%, which is 1. Okay, and now we want to know the price after sale. If we subtract 12% out of 100%, the result will be 88, right? 88%, which is 0.88. So x can be calculated by multiplying 550 times 0.88. Okay. Another method, method 2, we can find the 12% of 550, and it can be calculated mentally because 10% is 55 and 1% is 5.5, so 2% is 11 and 55 I think 66. So 550 times 0.12 will be $66, and then 550 minus 66, the answer will be $484. Question 4. On the grid, draw and label the straight line with equation x equal 1.5, y equal x plus y equal 6. Okay, very good question. X equal 1.5 is a straight line parallel to y-axis and cut the x-axis at 1.5, right? So this is x equals 1.5. The second line, y equal x, it's a very interesting line, okay, because it passes through 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on, okay? It will bisect the first quad. This is y equal x. The third line, x plus y equals 6. If we put x equals 0, then the corresponding y is 6. And if we put y to be 0, so the x will be 6. So it will pass through these 2 points, okay? This is x plus y equals 6. B, show by shading on the region on the grid the region that satisfies all three of the inequalities. Okay, we have inequalities now. X more than or equal 1.5. So I will take the area to the right of this line, bigger than, okay, to the right of this line. We can put an arrow here, and then we will shade after that. The second line, y is more than or equal x. Okay, since y is subject here with positive sign, I will take the area above the line. Y is greater than, okay, bigger than. So I will take this area, or this area, okay, this area. And then the third line, x plus y is less than or equal to x. If we take y subject with positive sign here, it will be less than, which means I will take the area below the line, this line, okay. So I will shade this triangle, okay. And this is the required region, okay. 5a, expand and simplify. 4x times 2x, it will be 8x squared. 4x times 5, it will be 20x, okay. And then negative 3x times 2x, it will be negative 6x squared. And then negative times negative will be positive. 3x times 3, it will be 9x. Collect the like terms. 8x squared minus 6x squared, it will be 2x squared. And then 20x plus 9x, it will be plus 29x. Given that y power 5 times y power n divided by y power 6 is equal to y power 13, work out the value of n. Okay, we can write the left hand side with single place, which is y, and we can write 5 plus n minus 6 equals y power 13. And since we have base equal base, then power equal power. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. N minus 1 equals 13, so n will be 14, right? C, I, solve the inequality. 70 minus 8 equal less than 2t plus 7. We can collect t together. 70 minus 2t will be 5t. And then less than 8 plus 7, which is 15. And so that t should be less than 15 divided by 5, which is 3. Okay, t less than 3. Okay, a double I on the number line blue represent the solution set of the inequality solved in part CI. Okay, to represent this in the number line, we will go to 3 and draw a circle, and we can't shade the circle. Don't shade it because we haven't an equal sign here. And then go to the left because we have less than, right? So that all these real numbers will satisfy the inequality, okay? 6a, write down the value of y power 0. Okay, it's very nice, just 1, okay? Y power 0 is 1. B, work out 9.6 times 10 to the power of 141 plus 6.4 times 10 to the power of 140 divided by 3.2 times 10 to the power 16. Give your answer standard rule. Okay, By simple way, I will split 10 power 141 to be 10 multiplied by 10 power 140. Okay, in order to take 10 to the power of 140 as a common factor. Okay, and inside the bracket here I will write 9.6 times 10, which is 96. Okay, I move decimal one place to the right, and then plus 6.4 as it is, divided by 3.2 times 10 power 16. Okay, 96 plus 6.4 divided by 3.2 will be 32, and then times 10 to the power of 140 minus 16, which is 124. Okay, but we must write this answer in standard form, so I will multiply by 10 and divide by 10 to be 3.2 times 10 power 125. Okay, 7. There are 5 cocoa-puds in a bag. The mean weight of the 5 cocoa-puds is 398 grams. Okay, before completing the problem, how we can use this information? Okay, the mean of the total weight of these 5 cocoa-puds is 398. So by dividing the sum of these 5 cocoa-puds divided by their numbers, which is 5, gives us 398, right? By this way we can get the sum of all these 5 cocoa-puds, right, from 1 to 5. It will be 398 times 5, right? 5 times 398. Okay, it's very clear, right? Then a sixth cocoa-pud is put into the bag. We put a sixth one. The mean weight of the 6 cocoa-puds is 401 grams. Of course, the required is to get the 6th cocoa-pud weight, right? It's very easy. Okay, after putting the 6th cocoa-pud, we will have a weight with 1990 plus the weight of this 6th value, right? I will call it W6. Divided by 6, because we have 6 now, equals the mean. Okay, so we can write the following: 1990 plus W of the 6th cocoa-pud equals 401 times 6. Okay, which means the answer will be 416 grams. Okay, 8. A, B, and C are points on a circle with center O, and we have the following information which are drawn in the figure here, written in the figure here. The required is to get the area of the shaded region and correct the answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, it's very easy because we have right angle triangle here. Okay, and so that we can get the diameter by applying Pythagoras theorem, right? So we can write AC is equal to square root of 8 squared plus 15 squared. 8 squared plus 15 squared, and the answer will be, which is 17, so that the radius of the circle will be 17 divided by 2, which is 8.5 centimeter, right? And then we can find the area of the circle minus the area of the triangle, right? Area of circle minus area of triangle. Okay, area of circle is equal to pi times 8.5 squared minus area of triangle, which is half base times height. We can consider 8 as a base and 15 as a height, and the final answer in 3 significant figures will be, the answer is 166.98 and so on. To write it in 3 significant figures, it will be 167. Question 9, A equals and B equals, find the lowest common multiple. Okay, LCM of A and B, give your answer as product of powers of prime numbers. It's a very easy question. To write the lowest common multiple, okay, we will look at the common factors like 2 and take the highest power, 2 power 4. because we are talking about multiple, okay? For the common factor 3, we will take 3 power 2, okay? And for 5, we can take 5 power 4. And finally, we will write 11 and 13 as them, okay? It's a very easy question. If the required is to get HCF, highest common factor, we should get the lowest power of the common factors, and we will not take any other factors, okay? Question 10, the people working for a company work in team A or in team B. Number of people in team A to number of people in team B is equal to 3 to 4. This is the ratio, okay? But how we can use this information again? To get the number of people in team A, we can write it as 3 out of 7, right? Because if we have 7 parts, the team A will take 3 parts out of 7 of all the people, right? And for team B, it will be 14B, it will be 4 out of 7 of the people. 4 or 5 of team A work full time, 24% of team B work full time. Work out what fraction of the people working for the company work full time, and write it in simplest form. It's a very interesting question also. Okay, 4 over 5 of those of team A, which is 3 out of 7 of the whole company people, right? And then plus 24%, which is 24 out of 100, times those of 4 out of 7. This is the required fraction. Okay, to simplify it, we can divide by 4 here, it will be 1, divide by 4 here, it will be 25, 35, and here we have 12, plus here we have 25 times 7, and here we have just 24, okay? This 35 is 7 times 5, so it needs another 5 to be the same denominator. 12 times 5 is 60. 60 plus 24 will be 84, divided by 25 times 7. If we simplify, it will be 12 here over 25, okay? This is the simplest form. 11, simplify fully, okay? First of all, we can make a simplification inside the bracket, because we have here 9 over 18. Dividing by 9, we will have 2 here and 1 above. T power 4 and t power 6, we have t power 2 below. And w power 9, w power 10, we have w power 1 below. Okay? So the numerator can be 1 now. All to the power of minus 2 or negative 2. The negative will flip the fraction upside down, okay? And then we have square. So the answer should be 2t squared w all power 2. We deal the negative power here. And finally, the square will distribute for all quantities inside the bracket. So 2 power 2 will be 4, and then t power 2 will be 2 power 4, and then w squared. Okay. Question 12, 15 people were asked how long in minutes they had been waiting for a bus. Here are the results, okay? 15 people. Find the interquartile range of these times. Piece of cake, of course, okay? Since we have 15 people, divided by 4, we will have 3.5, okay? This is the order of the first quartile, which will be the fourth. It will be the fourth, okay? So if we count 1, 2, 3, this is the first quartile. This is the first quartile. And also we can take the fourth from back. 1, 2, 3, okay? This is the third quartile. And the interquartile range will be 13 minus 4. That's it, okay? The answer should be 9. 13. P, Q, R, S, and T are points on a circle, okay? Center O, all given, written in the diagram here. Find the value of m. If you look at m, it's very easy because m should be 124. M equals 124 divided by 2. This is the central angle, and this is the angle which is drawn from the on the circle. R is on the circle and have the same arc, so it will be 62. Okay, and then n n. Okay, PTS R is a cyclic quadrilateral, and so that n should be 180 minus 62. N equals 180 minus 62, which is 118. Okay. B, find the size of angle QPO. QPO. Where is QPO? QPO. This angle. Okay. Of course, this triangle is an isosceles triangle because OQ is a radius and also OP is a radius. So the measure of this angle is equal to this angle. Okay. If we look at QL, it has the arc PS, right? Its arc is PS, and Q is on the circle. If you look at PS also have another angle here. This arc has another angle, which is angle R with measure M. So this angle also is 62, right? And of course, this is also 62. Another method, we can look at this angle 124 as an exterior angle of this isosceles triangle. So the sum of these two angles should be 124, and also they are equal. So each one of them is 124 divided by 2, which will give us the same answer, which is 62. Okay. 14a, solve. Okay. This equation, we must write the left hand side as a single fraction by writing it with the same denominator, which is 20. 5 times 4. 9a minus 7 should be multiplied by 4, right? And I will expand it directly. It will be 4 times 9a, which is 36a. And then 4 times negative 7 will be minus 28. And after that, negative 5 times 3a. Please don't forget the negative. Take care from the negative sign. Negative 5 times 3a, negative 15a. And then negative 5 times negative 7 will be plus 35 equals 4.55. Okay, then 36a minus 15a will be 21a. Negative 28 plus 35, which is plus 7, is equal to 4.55 times 20, which will be 91. Okay, so 21a equals to 91 minus 7, which is 84. Okay, and finally a is 84 divided by 21, which is 4. Okay. B, make C the subject of the formula. Okay, very interesting question. First of all, square both sides. It will be p squared equals AC plus 8 divided by 3 plus C. Make cross multiplication. We have 3p squared plus p squared C. Okay, equals AC plus 8. Collect the terms with C together in one side to the left here. If we take C common after that, we will have here p squared minus a, right? Minus a is equal to 8 minus 8 here minus 3p squared, which means that C equals 8 minus 3p squared divided by p squared minus a. Okay. 15. A postman records the weight of each parcel that he delivers. The histogram shows information about the weights of all the parcels that the postman delivered last Monday. No parcels weighed more than 6 kilograms. Yes, that's correct. The horizontal axis represents the weight, and the vertical axis represents the frequency density. And if you focus here in this axis, we don't have a scale. And so that the question will give us an information to know this scale. Look at the question here please. 63 of the parcels that the postman delivered last Monday each had a weight between half and 2. This is half, right? This is half and this is 2. So the class width here is 1.5 and the frequency is 63. Okay, the frequency equals the class width times frequency density. So that the frequency density equals the frequency divided by the class width. So 63 divided by 1.5, which is 3 over 2, it will be 21 times 2, 42. This bar height should be 42. If we look at, we have 2 small squares here and 4 big squares here. So each big square represents 10, okay, and this is 40. This is 30, and here we have 20, and this is 10, okay. So we can get the all parcels weight. The question said work out the total number of parcels. Very good. Okay, for the first bar we have here height 18, right? So we should multiply 18 times half, which is 9. I put inside the bar here the frequency, and above the bar I put the frequency density. Okay. For the third bar we have here just one class width, and we have here 24, sorry. This is 25, so this is 24. And here we have 30. 24 times 1 is 24, and 30 times 1 also 30. And finally, for the last part, we have 2 class width here. And this is 10, this is 9, this is 8. So 8 times 2, it would be 16. Okay? So if we add all these numbers or these frequencies, we will get 142. Okay? 142. The postman picks at random 2 of the records of the parcels he delivered last Monday. Work out an estimate for the probability that each parcel weighed more than 2.25. 2.25, okay. 2.25 would be here. Okay. This is 2.25. So we have here 0.75. If we multiply 0.75 times the same frequency here, 24, we will get 18. Okay. Also, by another method or another point of view, we can say I will divide 24 by 4 to get 6 in this part and here 18 in this part, right? Okay, so we will add 18 plus 30 plus 16. This is our probability here, the numerator of our probability fraction. So that it will be 64 divided by 142. This is the probability of the first one. After picking 1, we will have here 63 divided by 141. Okay, and the final answer should be 672 divided by 3337. 16. Some students were asked the following question. Which of the subjects, Russian, French, German, do you study? Of these students, 4 study all 3 of Russian, French, and German. Okay, so it's very useful information because this is the intersection of all 3 sets R, F, and G, right? So we can put this 4 here in the intersection of 3 circles, the common land, okay, between the 3 sets. The second information, 10 study Russian and French. Where is the intersection? Because and here refers to intersection. Where is the intersection between R and F? This region, right? But in this region we have already 4. To get sum of 10 here, we should put 6 in this part. It's very easy, right? Because we have 10 study Russian and French. The next information, 13 study French and German. Where is the intersection part of French and German? This is this one. here, right? At this part, we should have 13. We have already 4, so we have here 9. And the next 6, study Russian and German. It's very good. This is the common land between what? Between R and G, this part, right? We have already 4, and we have 6, study Russian and German, so we have 2 here. It should be 6. The sum should be 6. After that, 24, study German. The whole circle of G should be 24. The whole circle of G should be what? Should be 24. And I have already 13. 13 plus 2, 15. So we have 9 here. Okay. And then 11, study none of the subject, of the 3 subjects. 11 outside of all here. This is 11. Outside of all 3 circles. Okay. The number who study Russian only means this part. When he said Russian only, it will be this part. We will not enter any other set, this part only, okay? The number who study Russian only is twice the number who study French only. This is X. He now refers to X, okay? So the number of who study Russian is twice, so I can put here 2x, right? If this is x, this will be 2x as the question said. Okay. Show all this information on the Venn diagram, given number of students in each appropriate subset in terms of x. Okay. And then given that the number of students who were asked the question was 18. Total number is 80. Okay. So the required is to get, of course, what? Study Russian. The required is 2x. So we should find x at first and then double it, right? Okay. All these numbers equals 80. Let's get the sum of all these numbers. All the German is 24. Do you remember, right? So 24 plus 6 is 30. 30 plus 11 will be 41. 41 plus 2x plus x, which is 41 plus 3x, right? 41 plus 3x equals 80, and so that 3x is equal to 39, and then 39 divided by 3 will be 13. So that 26 is the students who study Russian only, right? For all Russian set, we have here 26 plus 4, 30, 38. It will be 38, okay? 38 students. Very good. 17, the diagram shows a solid prism A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, when we see a solid prism, the first thing that you should think about is what is the shape of the cross section or the parallel faces here. Of course, it will be trapezium, right? Okay, the trapezium ABCD in which AD is parallel to BC, the cross section of the prism. The base ADEH of the prism is a horizontal plane. Okay, this plane. ADEH and BCFG are rectangles. This is the upper face and this is the lower face. The midpoint of BC is vertically above the midpoint of AD. Okay, this is an isosceles trapezium, right? Yes, BA equals CD. BA equals CD. How we can use this information? This means that this angle is equal to this angle. And also if we draw perpendicular line here and perpendicular line here, okay, this part to the right and this part to the left will be equal, as we will see later. AD 37, the perpendicular distance, and GF 28, DE 24. Okay, the perpendicular distance is 20, as we see here. By these informations, we can calculate the area of the base, right? This is trapezium, this is 28, 37, and the height is 20. So we don't have a problem in calculating the area of this trapezium. Okay, what required now? Work out the total surface area of the prism. To get the total surface area, we must get the perimeter of base times height, which means that we will calculate the area of these four faces. You have two methods, either calculating these areas, okay, the upper and lower and right and left, or we can easily say perimeter of base times height, which will calculate the area of the four faces, and then add add them to what, to the area of the parallel base. Okay, so to get the perimeter of this trapezium, also we want to get CD or AD. Okay, I draw the cross section out here. This is ABCD and this is 28, this is 37, and height is 20, right? If we draw this perpendicular and also this perpendicular, okay, these two parts should be equal, and the middle part here is 28 also. So 37 minus 28 is 9. 9 divided by 2 will be 4.5. Okay, each part here is 4.5. By this way we can calculate the hypotenuse here, because this is 20 centimeter and this is 4.5. Square root of 20 squared plus 4.5 squared equals 20.5. So this part is 20.5 centimeter. Okay, so that to get the total surface area, we will divide it into two parts: the area of parallel bases, okay, plus perimeter of base times height. The area of parallel bases we have here 2 times half. We have here 28 plus 37, 28 plus 37 times the height, which is 20 here. This is the height of the trapezium, okay? Plus, what is the perimeter of base? We will add 28 plus 37, 28 plus 37 plus 2 times what? 2 times 20.5, and all this will multiply by the height of the prism, which is 24, okay, times 24, and by calculating all this, the result will be 3844 centimeters squared. Okay. B, calculate the size of the angle between AF and the plane EDEH. One decimal place. Okay. The angle between AF and the plane EDEH, okay, is the angle between this line and its projection on this plane. How we can get the projection of AF on the horizontal plane? The projection of A is itself, and the projection of F will be, this is the projection of F on the plane. I prefer to call it F dash, okay? The required angle is, we must join AF dash. So this is the required angle, okay? This is theta, I call it theta. And this is perpendicular force, and the angle theta is here. The opposite of this angle is F dash, which is 20 centimeter, the height of the trapezium, right? But we don't know neither the hypotenuse nor the adjacent. Of course, you know that this is 90 degree, okay, right angle triangle. So how we can get AF dash? Look at the right angle triangle AHF dash. Okay, look at this right angle triangle here. We know that the length of AH is 24, and the length of HF dash is the whole 37, but minus what? You remember? 4.5. Okay, 37 minus 4.5. And this is 24, so we can get AF dash. Okay, we can write here AF dash equals square root of 24 squares plus 32.5 squared. Okay, finally theta equals tan inverse 20, which is the opposite, divided by AF dash. Okay, the answer will be 26.337 and so on. To one decimal place, it will be 26.3 degrees. Okay. 18. A rectangle ABCD is to be drawn on a centimeter grid such that A coordinates -4 and -2, B 1 and 10, C 19 and A, D, B and C. Work out the value of A, the value of B, the value of C. Wow, very interesting question. Okay, roughly speaking, if this is X and this is Y, and I make a scale like -5 here, the main idea here is ABCD is a rectangle, so this angle is 90, which means that this line segment is perpendicular to this line segment. Okay, according to the coordinate geometry, we know the relation between the perpendicular slopes. So first I will calculate the gradient of AB. Okay, the gradient of AB will be 10 minus 2, which is 10 minus 2 divided by 1 minus 4, right? 1 minus 4. It will be 12 over 5, right? So that the gradient of BC, which is perpendicular to AB, will be -5 over 12, right? And at the same time, we know that C has the coordinates 19 and A. Calculating the gradient of BC, y2 minus y1, A minus 10, okay, A minus 10 divided by 19 minus 1, which is 18. And cross multiplication, we can find the value of A. We can simplify here. 12 over 6 will be 2, 18 over 6 will be 3. So we can write here -15 is equal to 2A minus 20. Sorry, which means that -20 will move to the left hand side with positive 20, 20 minus 15. 5 is equal to 2A, which implies that A equals 2.5, right? Very good. Now, how we can get the value of D? D will be here. Okay. To get D, we can play game of vectors. Okay. Because they are equivalent vectors. So we can write here BA vector, okay, is equal to CD vector, right? As we move from B to A, we should move from C to D. Okay, so 1 becomes -4. We move 5 units to the left. So from 19, if we move 5 units to the left, it will be 14, right? The coordinate of D, the coordinate of D will be 19 minus 5. Also, 10 move to be -2. So we move -12 downwards, right? 10 minus 2, 12. So also 2.5 should move 12 down, minus 12. Okay, and so that D should be what? D should be 14 and -9.5. Okay. Also, we can use the other two vectors, right? We can say that as we move from B to C, we should move from A to D. So 1 becomes 19, we add 18 to 1. So -4 plus 18, it should be 14, right? -4 plus 18, very good, 14 is correct. Also, 10 becomes 2.5, you move down 7.5. So -2 should move -7.5 minus 2, -9.5. So we check our answer, okay? So that the values of A, B, and C will be 2.5, 14, and -9.5. B, calculate the perimeter in centimeters of rectangle ABCD. The distance between AB is square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared, which is 13. and the distance between B and C will be square root of 18 squared plus 7.5 squared, which is 19.5, and so that the perimeter will be twice the sum of these two dimensions, right? 13 plus 19.5, and the answer 65 centimeters. Okay. 19. A particle P is moving along a straight line. The fixed point O lies on this line. At time t seconds, where t more than or equals 0, the displacement s meters of P from O is given by the following relation. Find the displacement of P from O when P is instantaneously at rest, which means V is 0. Okay? Put your answer in the form A over B. A and B are integers. Okay. First of all, I will get V, which is the differentiation of S with respect to time. Okay, it will be 3t squared plus 10t minus 8 plus 10t minus 8. Differentiation is very easy. So V equals 0 at this equation, this expression, 3t squared plus 10t minus 8 equal 0, which can be factorized to 3t sorry minus 2 multiplied by t plus 4, right? And then t equals 2 over 3, and t equals negative 4 is rejected, of course, because we don't have negative time. Rejected here. Okay, so this is t, and we will put this t in the equation of s here, and s. So we have the answer will be 194 divided by 27. Okay. Question 20. The diagram shows a shaded region T capital formed by removing an equilateral triangle PQR. Okay, all sides are equal, each angle is 60, from a regular hexagon ABCDEF. Very good. The points P and Q lie on AB such that AB is equal to 1.5 PQ. AB is 1.5 PQ. Given that the area of region T, the shaded region, is 72 root 3 centimeters squared, work out the length of PQ. What a nice question. Let O be the center point of the hexagon, and I will take the triangle AOB. Okay, and I will call this area with A capital. Okay, the required area is T, okay, which can be calculated by finding the area of the hexagon, okay, minus area of triangle PRQ, right? PRQ. This will give us the area T. Very good. What about the area of the hexagon? Area of the hexagon, as we see here, will be 6 times this, the area of this triangle will be 6A. 6A. 6 from this area. Minus area of triangle PRQ. But we have a similar relation, of course. We have AB to PQ. I can write AB over PQ equal 1.5, which is 3 over 2. So the area of our triangle divided by area of triangle PRQ, okay, will be square root of this ratio, which is 9 over 4. So if I want to express area of this triangle in terms of A, it will be 4 over 9A. So I can write here 4 over 9A also equals T, which is given by 72 root 3. 72. Then after simplifying, we will have here 9. 6 times 9 is 54, minus 4 will be 50. A equals 72 root 3, right? Very good. And then we can say that A equals 9 times 72 root 3 divided by 50. At the same time, we can say that if the length of the side here is x, and this angle of course is 60. The area of this triangle is half times x times x times sine 60, right? So we can write here half times x, which is x squared, times sine 60, which is root 3 over 2, okay, is equal to 9 times 72 root 3 divided by 50. By this way we can get the value of x, which is, so x should be 36 over 5, which is 7.2. By this way we can calculate PQ, which is 2/3 of 7.2. Okay, so the final answer should be 4.8 centimeter. Of course, you have many ways to solve this question, but I think this is easy one. Okay. 21. Write this expression as a single fraction in the simplest form. Okay. First of all, we must write all these expressions after factorizing, of course. Okay. So for the first numerator here, we have this is a difference between two squares. So we can write here 5x minus 8 multiplied by 5x plus 8. Okay, for the denominator we have here 5x and we have here x. It can be here 3 and 2. Okay, if you put here 2 and here, we can put here 3 and here negative to be negative 15x plus 2x equal negative 13, and also 2 times negative 3 negative 6, right? Of course you can use your calculator using mode 5-3 and write a as 5, b is negative 13, c is negative 6, but don't forget to change the sign of your answers. Okay, here it will be easy, x and x, 15 and here negative 8, so negative 3 negative 5. Okay, and here it will be 5x plus 8 as it is, and then minus x minus 7. Okay, okay, we can simplify the following. We have here 5x plus 8 can be cancelled with 5x plus 8, and also x minus 3 can be cancelled with x minus 3, right? And then we have here 5x plus 2, 5x plus 2, and we can multiply this bracket with this bracket, 5x times x, 5x squared. Okay, 5x times negative 5 will be negative 25x, and negative 8 times x, negative 8x, and then negative 8 times negative 5 plus 40. Okay, minus x minus 7. To put them in a single fraction, we will collect them to just one denominator, which is 5x plus 2, of course. And here we have 5x squared minus 25 minus 8 minus 33 x, okay, and then plus 40. Now we want to multiply this bracket with this bracket, but don't forget that we have negative sign here, which means that after multiplying, change the sign, please. 5x times x, 5x squared, and we have negative 5x squared. We have here 5x times negative 7. It will be negative 35x, but we have negative, it will be positive 35x, okay? And then 2 times x to x and negative 2x. 2 times negative 7, negative 14, so it will be plus 14, okay? After simplifying, we can get the final answer, which is 54 divided by 5x plus 2, okay? 22, the diagram shows a sector OBC of a circle with center O and radius 6 plus x centimeter, as we see here, okay? A is the point on OB, and D is the point on OC, such that OA equals OD equals 6 centimeter. Angle AOB is 50 degrees. Given that the perimeter of sector OBC is equal to 2 times the perimeter of triangle OED, so we can form an equation with x as unknown, right? Find the value of x. 3 significant figures. A very nice question. Okay, to get the perimeter of the sector OBC, we need to get L, which is the length of the arc BC, and also we want to get the length of AD of this triangle. Okay, so for the sector, I prefer to write this rule as the following: as 50 degrees takes from the whole circle 360, as this length take from 2 pi times the radius, which is the circumference, okay, which is x plus 6 here. By this way, we can get L, right? L will be 10. We can simplify here and divide by 10, divide by 10. It will be 5 over 18, 5 pi over 18 times 6 plus x plus 6, okay? For the triangle, to get the value of AD, we should apply cosine rule, right? SAS, side angle side. So we can say that AD equals square root of 6 squared, right, plus 6 squared minus 2 times 6 times 6 times cosine 50, right? 56, which is 72, and 6 square root of 2 times 1 minus cosine 50, okay? And then return to the important information here. The perimeter of sector OBC will be 2 times x plus 6, okay, and then plus this length of the arc, which is 5 pi over 18 times also x plus 6, equals, as the equation said, 2 times the perimeter, 2 times the perimeter of this triangle will be 6 plus 6, which is 12, 2 times 12 plus the length 80, right? And finally, we can take here x plus 6 as a common factor. Then we have here 2 plus 5 equals 24 plus 2AD. And then we can find x plus 6 equals. So the value of x should be 24 plus 12 times the square root of 2 times 1 minus cosine 50, all divided by 2 plus 5 pi over 18. Okay, and then minus 6. The final answer after approximating to 3 significant figures will be 5.89. Okay, thank you and goodbye.